Hey guys, it's William Jones, founder of Jewelry Sales Academy. This is the new segment we want to start doing called Building the Academy. And the real goal of this is to give you an in-depth look of what all it takes to actually build something like Jewelry Sales Academy and the software systems that we build, but then also kind of get to know us and kind of get an in-depth look into some of the growing pains that we have, some of the new things that are going out, and more importantly, some of the new features that are going out. So hope you enjoy this. Check back in with us. This should be a weekly update of a video series that we're going to try and do, Building the Academy. All right, so it is Monday, April 28th at 4:15 Central Time. Mondays are always a great day because they're my off day. Now, it's funny because I always joke around and people ask me what I'm doing here and I say it's my off day. And then people are like, well, how are we supposed to enjoy your off day when you're here? One of the questions we get a lot is, how do you guys maintain everything y'all are doing? What does it look like? It has been years of insane, I don't know if some people would call it time management or just adapting. Is it taking more and more on and then just trying to figure it out? That's always been how I've worked, is go face first in the fire, pray to the Lord that it works out, and then go at it from there. I'm William Jones and I'm the founder of Count Retail. This week, what we're really working on is we're working on Count Retail, which is our Vision AI system, which goes through and actually gives people, we take the existing feeds for store security cameras and then run an algorithm over the top of it that does counts in and out of stores. It can do specific counts within a zone. So like if you're in retail jewelry, one of the biggest things is being able to actually look at and see what's my bridal traffic. How much traffic is coming to the door and where are they going from there, because every case in jewelry has a different ticket value and you're trying to train or you're trying to track and figure out where your salespeople are taking people around there. So that's been a big project. On top of that, we've got the Academy project coming out with Podium integration and Twilio integration and full text messaging. And so that's a big one, on top of our virtual AI customers coming out and doing that. The last project that we have is that the original JewelLink system was a system that I built that was going to be like JewelLink for a hiring system. But with the Academy, with some of the CRM aspects that we're going through onto it, is that we needed to be able to rename the domain and the system itself. Number one, to separate it from a brand perspective so people don't just look at our company as just doing training, which was, I'll get into a story on that later. But then also to where when we build a client portal back to there, it's got to have something that's not so much like Sales Academy or something like that. So we really like the JewelLink name. It was a pretty expensive domain to use. And so Jewelry Sales Academy, the training software with the messaging, the clienteling and everything else is going to JewelLink. And then the system that was JewelLink, which we're building out the back end of like a hiring portal for stores. That's now going to be jewelhire.ai. And so we've been working on a lot of different things like that. That gives stores aptitude testing, hiring portals they can attach to their website, all kinds of cool different things. But if you hadn't figured out yet, that's how my off days go, is trying to balance out and figure out how to build all those different things. And so generally I wake up pretty early in the morning. This morning I just woke up at 1, could not go back to sleep, got on the laptop, started handling emails from one of our AI devs or somebody else overseas who's more on that time zone. So the first thing I'm going to do is just knock out emails. Fixed all of our stuff on our Facebook leads. That's another thing people never tell you about, is growing a company is so difficult to do in managing those leads. So literally get up 3 a.m. this morning, go through, redo all of our Facebook leads so it's actually getting messages. Found out 100 of our Facebook leads, people going through and submitting their information, hadn't been followed up with. The website forms that we thought were sending automated messages weren't, so I had to go through and fix all that. Play golf with some of the guys that are on the track. You know, I call it the show track, where we go do shows throughout the year. The guys on the edge are great. Go play golf with Mike Abbott and some of those other guys, Matt Benam from Everspark. And so the last couple of years I haven't been playing, so I've still got to practice golf too. So went out there, played 18 holes with my buddies this morning, got a tournament this weekend, came back, took a nap, and then been up here ever since. And so some of the things that we actually have to do, and you'll see this on here, is literally just you got the design concept of where you go through and you say, okay, will this concept work? And then you think of a new idea or a new feature. You sit on it for a good while and really think through, okay, is this going to work? Will this work, more importantly, in retail sales? And will this actually make somebody's life easier? If it goes through all those things, then it goes into, okay, can we build it? How does the design look? How will it go into there? And so that's kind of the things that we've been working on, is trying to use Podium. We can build any messaging platform or any CRM, but like in jewelry, Podium is the best at Google reviews, by far, best technology, everything like that. And so it has a lot of API connections that we can go through and actually build through. So we're going through and trying to build that system and interlink the Academy with Podium, giving a store the ability to go through and actually look and track all their clienteling, their messaging, everything from that standpoint, and make it pretty easy from there. But on the other side of things is that working with our dev team, it takes a whole lot of testing. Generally, when we get something out, we have to test it 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10 times before we kind of get a product that goes through that. So a lot of time on that. On top of that, you've got Count Retail, which is total Vision AI system, where we're going through and looking at building our own proprietary Vision AI system that goes through, tracking door counts and everything, because you've got this massive operating cost of being able to use GPU processing. Because our whole goal is, what we want jewelers to be able to do is use their existing store security cameras and then use those to get AI analytics off that. And then it's also being paired with marketing analytics as well too. And so when you look at that, it's got to be hosted on the cloud. You got so many different other things on that, and the cost goes up so high. So we've been working a lot on that aspect of it as well too. But really just trying to balance all these projects coming forward for our JCK in luxury. So as you can see, we've got, this is my off day. So off days, I can go in and really focus more on the software side of things instead of retail operations.
That's one cool thing about AWS is everybody's used it. So
Connor, you can see, goes through, we test everything together. Connor and I are pretty much the testers going through this area. And the rest of everybody else is really just customer support, because that's one of the biggest things you'll go through, is that as this company's building, one of the biggest issues that we have is we run it into customers that have been with us for a while and they say, hey, I didn't know this. They don't know about new features. And then on top of that, trying to figure out how to grow a company in jewelry, is that there's no wonder there's very few software companies in jewelry, because it's so difficult and costly to actually get set up in jewelry as well too. So.